single day. I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hello and welcome to justcomparecars.com. My name's James and today I'm going to be doing a walk around video of this 2015 Isuzu D-Max 2.5 TD 160 blade. It's done 70,000 miles and it's got full service history with 6 stamps in total. Okay, so we've been doing these walk around videos for quite a while now and we find them to be really popular because it means you get to view the vehicle from the safety and comfort of your own home, but as if you were here in person. As I go around the vehicle, I'll look at all the panels individually, looking for any marks, any scratches or any dints. We'll look at the wheels and the tyres. We'll have a look in the back, then we'll have a look inside the vehicle, looking at the seats, the functionality, and I'll even tell you what it smells like in there as well. Once we've done that, we'll pop the bonnet, have a look at the engine, and then finally we'll have a look underneath at the underside of the engine, the chassis, and of course the spare wheel. Now, once you've watched the video, if you're happy with what you see and you want to buy it, a small deposit will secure it, and we can pretty much deliver it anywhere in the world. If you're looking to finance the truck, we'll go through an application with you. This can take between 5 and 10 minutes, and we can usually get you a decision within about an hour. Obviously, this truck has got no VAT on it, so that could be basically a deposit-free application, and that comes down to you basically and what your preferences are. Okay, so let's start with the bonnet, and then we can work our way around from there. I will say to you, if you think I've missed something, or if you want to see something in a bit more detail, please ask, and I'll be more than happy to do that for you, no problems at all. Right, so bonnet, and obviously there's a front bib, are in great condition. Hopefully you can see that from this. Unfortunately it's a bit wet, it's been raining. I'm just grabbing a gap in between the rain at the moment, but you can hopefully see that it's in nice clean condition. I was going to say there's no obvious marks, scratches or dents, but actually there's a little tiny dint here. I can't actually make it show up. Oh, there it is, look. It is literally tiny. It's about the same size of a half pp, if you remember those, or a 5p piece actually, about the same size as that, but tiny anyway. Front bib's in great condition, there's no damage, and doesn't it look great? So driver's side headlight, front bumper, working our way around, and then to the passenger side headlight. There is I don't know what it is actually, because if you rub it, it comes off. It's like a chalky substance. I don't know if it's like a bit of salt or something off the road or something. In fact, I think it's just coming off, to be honest with you. There you go. There's a few very light scratches there. I don't know if it's maybe just kissed a wall or something. It's not serious, and actually, you can just show up, look, but they are tiny. I can't see anything else. Right, onto the passenger side front wing. And as you can see, it's in nice clean condition. And there's no marks, scratches. No, there is a little tiny mark there, sorry. Like a hair. I can't feel it on my finger, which is usually a good indicator of not whether it'll come out. And there's also another one there as well. Can't feel it on my finger. Okay, so passenger side front wheel and tyre. It's a Pirelli Scorpion tyre. I'd guess there's about 6 or 7 mil of tread. Windscreen. It's difficult to tell because it's a little bit wet, but I can't see any stone chips or cracks. Passenger side mirror back in clean condition, as is the mirror. Let's look over the pillars. And there's no dints on those. On the roof, and again that's really nice and clean and no damage. Okay, so let's go down the passenger side, and hopefully you can see from that the paint's in great condition, and also I can't see any marks, scratches or dents, but let's have a couple of passes and make sure we're not missing anything. And again, it's in great condition. You've got the Hecky wind deflectors, which matches obviously the front one. Onto the rear quarter. And again, it's in fantastic condition. Passenger side rear wheel and tyre, it's a matching tyre, and I'd say there's approximately 8 or 9mm tread depth on that. On the rear, obviously you've got the sport hoop with the mounting top roll. All those are in great condition. There's a couple of little tiny marks, just consistent with obviously use and having things in the back and whatever else, but they're not serious at all. Right, onto the passenger side tail light. As you can see, it's in nice clean condition. There is a little tiny mark on the back there. Again, I can't feel it on my finger, and if you look as I'm rubbing it, it's starting to go, so it would suggest that would potentially polish out. Tailgate is nice and clean, and it's free from damage or dents. So there is a tow bar kit on it, but there's no ball on it, so the electrics are there with the later style electrics, and obviously all you need to do is add a tow ball if that's what you want. It has got a reversing camera on this one as well. Right, so let's have a look in the back. Oh, soft opening, bonus. It's got a bed rug in the back as well. Just open that. And as you can see, that's nice and free and works properly. And it's nice and clean in the back. It's actually glued down, but are they glued down? I think they fastened down, look. But yeah, it looks nice and clean. Doesn't look like it's obviously had a hard life, and looking at the bed rug you can see it's nice and clean, so it's obviously not been used for dogs, because you couldn't put a dog in there, but yeah, well, it's in nice clean condition. Obviously a real bonus having the mountain top roll as well. Nice bit of kit. They're not cheap. Well, they're not cheap new anyway. Right, so driver's side, tail lights in great condition, there's no damage. Let's have a look down the rear quarter. And again, there's no damage, it's in nice clean condition. Excuse me. Driver's side rear wheel and tyre, it's a matching tyre. It's matching tread depth to the opposite side. It's like maybe a little bit of a rub mark there, but it's not serious. Tiny. Excuse me. Let's have a look at the roof from this side. And again, it's in nice clean condition. Across the top of the pillars. Just zoom that out again, another look. And there's nothing obvious on it. Right, so let's go down the driver's side. And as you can see from that, it's in nice clean condition, there's no damage. Spot on. Just make sure I've not missed anything. There's no apparent dents in that at all. Mirror back's in clean condition, as is the mirror. And then driver's side wing. There's a little dent there. See? It's tiny, but it's there. Right, so driver's side front wheel and tyre, wheels in good condition, it's a matching tyre, so there's a full set of Pirellis all around, and it's matching to the opposite axle as well. Right, so let's have a look inside. Put that down there. Driver's door card's nice and clean, it's free from damage. On the driver's armrest you've got your electric windows ×4 with automatic drivers. You can lock the door from here, and also you can lock the windows as well. Driver's seat is nice and clean, the bolsters are nice and firm. The material is really nice and clean as well. There is a little bit of a rub mark, which is obviously persistent with someone getting in and out. That's just, there's nothing you can do about that. And there's a little bit on there. You can recolour them if you're really bothered. And also you've got heated seats as well, which you can do from there. Obviously the engine's got to be on, but as I say, the seat itself is really nice and clean. It's dead comfortable as well. You've got a level of manoeuvrability with your seat, So you can bring it up and down, and obviously that does your backrest. We'll leave that one for the minute. And obviously you can move it backwards and forwards as well. Right, so let me just jump in. While the door's open, down by your right knee, electric folding mirrors, your mirror control, and then obviously your clock, lighting, etc. A little cubby hole there. You've got to put your coins in or whatever, and then you can pull it back and you can have a cup holder if you prefer. So keys, there are actually 3 keys, 2 proper keys with the remotes, and then 1 service key, and then there's 2 keys for your mounting top as well. Right, let's start it up. A little preheat. Fires into action straight away, no issues at all. As you can see on the dashboard, there's no warning lights, just obviously the fact that my seatbelt's not on. Just turn the volume down 1 second. My seatbelt's not on, handbrake's on, and then obviously the fuel's a bit low. But other than that, there's no warning lights on the dashboard at all. Right, so on your steering wheel, the steering wheel itself first is clean and free from damage. There's a little bit of wear at the bottom for some reason, don't know why. It's a nothing. Then on your steering wheel controls, the right hand side is your cruise control, and then the left hand side is basically, as you can see, your volume, and then you can answer your phone and hang up, and you can choose different stations for your radio and stuff like that. Anything else? Let's have a look at the dashboard. So the dashboard's nice and clean and it's free from damage. Everything looks nice and smart inside. The only negative I can probably point out is on the gear stick, where the silver is on there. Obviously someone's sat with a hand on it and it's rubbed it away slightly. Again, it's a nothing, but it's there. Passenger seat, bolsters are really firm and nice and clean. They're in great condition as well. D-Max embossed. Back seats are nice and clean as well. We'll look at those in a little bit more detail in a minute. Roof lining is, again, it's clean and it's free from damage. I can tell you inside it smells nice. It doesn't smell like it's ever been smoked in, for instance. Media centre, reversing camera, which, as you can see, works perfectly. The only thing I would say that as a negative is that it shows you it's slightly convex, which is obviously awkward sometimes if you're relying on it to put reverse, but most people would use the mirrors, but obviously it's just worthwhile mentioning it. It's got a top box. Let's have a look at the media centre. It's got navigation, as you can see, and obviously it's got the radio details on there, which is obviously it's a DAB radio. It's obviously pre-populated for where you are, and you've got your menus on there and all your different things. So you've got your AV, you've got Bluetooth, etc., and it all works perfectly. You've got Bluetooth hands-free and your microphone's there if you haven't spotted it. In the front, you've got your cup holders, switchable 4-wheel drive, and obviously this has got a CD player, and it's also got a memory card slot as well for a micro SD. Doesn't really show you else other than that, I don't think. It runs nice, it drives nice, it's a nice truck. There's another little cubby hole down there as well. Yeah, so everything looks nice and clean. Right, so let's pop the bonnet, which is this one. Let's have a quick look in the back. So in the back, door cards again, really nice and clean. And all the seats, as you can see in the back, are really clean as well. Centre armrest. Embossed overmats in the rear. And again, everything's really nice and clean and spot on. Just bear me a second, the phone's ringing. I'll come back in a second. Okay, sorry about that. Right, let's have a look under the bonnet. There is something about these engines that I love about them. They just look, I know you can't see the engine as a daily thing, but they look impressive, and obviously they're a really good lump as well. Really nice bit of kit. Obviously this has got 6 services, it's got full service history, it's really been looked after as well. Yeah, nice bit of kit. Obviously you can see around that the turbo unit's really very clean. There's no signs of any oily residue around the engine block or the turbos. Everything's really very clean. I will point out to you, it is very clean, but we've not washed it, and I can prove that by, if you look at the battery here, you see that would have gone. So yeah, it is just as it's come, which is always nice to see, obviously, at the end of the day. So all the fluids are clean and to the correct levels. Everything looks bob on. Okay, let's have a quick look underneath. Hopefully you've stuck with me. Not much longer now. Right, so on the underside, again, there's no signs of any historic oil leaks. Chassis is really nice and clean. Let's have a quick look at the rear diff. And again, it's nice and clean. There's no signs of any residue or oily residue around it. Everything looks bob on. Spare wheel. I think that's an alloy. Is it an alloy? I think it's a spare alloy, and it's got a decent tyre on it as well. So, bit of a bonus. Okay, so hopefully I've shown you everything that you would need to see if you were here in person. Probably a little bit more. I appreciate that do go on, but I'd rather show you absolutely everything than not enough. Any questions, any problems, if you want to buy it, give us a shout. No problem at all. Appreciate your time. More importantly though, stay safe, look after yourself. Bye bye.